Hello guys, welcome back to my bench. This is your first time here. Welcome. My name's Dave. I work on mostly radio station equipment. And in front of us here, as you can see, my bench is kind of full and a mess. This is the way it stays most of the time. We've got a little power supply, and back here is a Telos 1x6 telephone hybrid that I was working on. We'll get into one of these sometime later. I'm still figuring out all the ins and outs of why they don't work, but this one now works. But this is a power supply that comes out of them, and this one has an okay power supply, but these power supplies go bad. And I thought I'd show you guys why and how and what's going on with them. These are, make sure that's off, it is. These little power supplies come in a couple of different variations. They're pretty much the same power supply. This one is a Trimag. It has three outputs. Has plus 12, minus 12, and plus 5. Couple amps on the plus 12, half an amp on the minus 12, amp and a half on the plus 5 volts. This one is a Trimag. It's a newer version. I'm not sure exactly what year. Doesn't say on it anywhere. But this one and this one. This one is one of the older versions. They're pretty basic little switch mode power supply. AC on this side comes in, oscillates, drives the little transformer. Transformer steps it up to 15 kilohertz or something. That 15 kilohertz is rectified. Diode over here. Sometimes they're bigger diodes. Separates it out down to the voltages it wants. One of them here is a negative 12. This is an SCR. I don't know what that's for exactly. I don't know, but it's an SCR. Anyway, this one is an older version of it. And it has 6 1,000 microfarad 16 volt caps and two what are they, 100 microfarad at 16 volts. All I have is 25, so I stuck them in there. These things, they'll go bad on you. They look like they go bad on you. The voltages will drop to virtually nothing out here on the plus and minus 12 and maybe 2 volts on the 5. And what they are is all bad caps. These were made at the time when the bad caps were coming in, and they go bad. Here, I'll show you. Put this aside. Here's my little meter. These are the capacitors that came out of it. This is the ESR meter. Measures in circuit, and if you measure these things in circuit, you'll get weird readings. Sometimes 60, sometimes 80, whatever. But let's measure one here, and you'll see that it doesn't do anything. It's wide open. Well, I mean, it's high resistance, high ESR. Same way with this one. Same way with this one. Okay, here's one. Now this one's reading 13, about 13, 14 ohms, about 12 ohms. Way too high for 1,000 microfarad. When this doesn't read anything, it means it's over 99 ohms. This one's 35 ohms. Still way too high. And this one is over 99. So that's the thousands. Now, if we take a look at the the 100s. Here's 100. It's measuring 6.2. That's not terrible, but it's still not great. And here is the other 100, and it's wide open. Well, over 99 ohms. And let me show you what happens here real quick. The feedback off of the output comes back and drives this little optocoupler down here. You can tell it's an optocoupler right there. It's got 6 legs. That optocoupler drives this IC, which is the pulse width modulation adjustment, automatic adjustment, so that it adjusts the pulse width of this, which goes into the transformer, which gives you your voltage. This capacitor here, which is one of those little 100s, it's a jump start cap. Its whole job is when you turn the thing on, it gives enough of a pulse to fire this thing up so that it starts the whole thing working. That's its whole job. And these things will open up. They'll blow up. They'll just, all kinds of things. Sometimes they're short, and when they do that, it just takes everything out. But always check those little guys, and they're on every one of them. On this other model here, it's right there, that little guy. So anyway, that's what happens to these. And basically you change out all the caps, just wholesale change out the caps. And we're going to test it here, and I'll show you. I was not going to do this as a video because, changing caps boring. Let's get the cord. Yes, we're using ye old death cord here. AC cord with clip leads on the ends of it. I'm sure it's OSHA approved, but, I do have this running through my limiter light bulb. And make sure we're on here without shorting anything out. Turn it on. Alright, we have, I don't know if you can see this or not. Can you see this? Let me bring this down a little bit. Okay. We'll get this up here. Can you see this at all? Yeah. It says 11.9 volts is what's coming out. We can adjust that right here. Okay, there's our 12 volts. We'll crank it up and give it a little current. There's 2 amps, and it's still at 11.8. So this thing's good for, I think it says 3 amps before it goes completely out of whack. Yeah. But it's only driving the stuff in here, which isn't a lot. If I turn it off, we'll go to the 5 volts. Fortunately, the middle 2 are ground. That's not touching anything. We'll go to the 5 volts, which should be 1.5 amps. It's 5.12. It's close enough. Give it a little. There's a 0.5 amp. There's 1.5 amps. It's still 4.97. There's 2 amps. This thing's supposed to be good for 1.5 amps. So this works just fine. It's all has to do with the with those caps. So if you have one of these that quits and you don't know why, they look fine. I mean, if you look at these caps, No bulging, no nothing. No leaking anywhere on any of them. They're all, every last little one of them's bad. Anyway, there you go, guys. Really quick video. Like I said, I wasn't going to do it, but I thought I'd show it to you. These are Autex, by the way, UPS 30s, or UP530s, -4003s. These things are like $30, but it's worth putting in a few dollars worth of caps to get them working again. Anyhow, there you go, guys. Hope you appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Till next time.